This video is brought to you by Skillshare.
Do you know what the problem is when you are shooting your project at the last minute? Well, when something goes wrong, you have no project and you have to do a shop tour video. So let's get started! Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great. I've been working on something really cool for the past couple of days. The problem is, it went all wrong at the last minute. So I will have to redo the whole project in the next few days. Which is fine, because we learn from our mistakes and failures, but you will have to wait a little bit more to get the project and the video. In the meantime, it gives me the opportunity to do something we've never done before, which is a shop tour. You've seen the garage, you've seen the little forge, but I don't think I've ever showed you the laser working room. So today we're gonna do a short shop tour of the laser working room. Let's get started. I have a question for you. What do you do when your shop is not big enough to be able to do everything that you want to do, like woodworking, metalworking, blacksmithing, laserworking and other stuff? That's right, you take over your parents' house spare room. Exactly. So this is what it is. It's the spare room at my parents' house that I turned into my shop. Because that's what kids do. And I'm their kid. So they couldn't say no anyway. In the middle of the room I have my desk with a big cutting mat, and that's where I do most of my work. I also have a lamp with a magnifying glass, which is great to work on small details, especially when I'm doing laser maps and stuff like that. Under my desk there is this small thingy that I made with the tools that I use the most. So when I'm working above, I can just reach for these tools, bevelers and stuff like that. Very practical, very cheap to do. 2 pieces of wood, strap of leather, and it's done. Next to my desk, I have my sewing machine. It's a Pfaff 145 that I restored 1 year ago. It's working great, but it's very fast, and I'm still doesn't have all mastered and stuff. That's why you don't see it that much in my videos for now. But I found that with a few settings underneath the machine, you can be pretty slow and go step by step, which is better when you are working on a project. So you're gonna see it a lot more in future videos. And yeah, you're gonna see it. And in front of my desk, I have this shelf with a few objects that I really love. They are not tools, they are not helping me doing anything, but they are a good reminder that out there are wonderful makers, wonderful friends, and people that I really care about and that I really love. So they help me with my creativity and give me motivation the days I need some. And just looking at them makes me happy. And just in front of my desk, I have my flag. This is my Maker Central flag. It's been signed on both sides by a lot of great makers, a lot of friends, and watching it, looking at it when I'm working, just give me motivation and reminds me how great this community is, because thanks to a few of these guys and a lot of the other, I've learned so much. I've spent so good moments. I have now memories, motivation and skills that I didn't have a few years ago. So yeah, it's always good to have a reminder of the people that you love, you care about, and the one that gave you knowledge. Talking about knowledge, I would like to take a moment to thank this week's video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes for creative and curious people. You can explore new skills or develop existing interests, and they have a lot of different topics like craft, illustration, film and video, or productivity. I have a few sewing projects coming up, and I would really like to improve my sewing techniques. That's why I really enjoyed Sewing Foundations, Create Your Own Clothing with Denise Byron. Just like I did, you can improve existing skills or learn new ones on Skillshare. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the description or in the comments will get a 1 month free trial of Skillshare. You'll get unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes with hands-on projects and feedback from a great community of creative people. You'll have access to thousands of classes and videos you can watch at any time, on any device, wherever you are, whenever you want. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and to all my supporters on Patreon for supporting my work, for being here and giving me motivation. If you want to become a part of the Red community and support my work, you can go to patreon.com/TheRedsmith. Next to my sewing machine and under the shelf, I have a 3D printer. Please don't look at the wallpaper. This machine is great. It's a Creality Ender 3 Pro that I bought 2 or 3 years ago, and I mainly use it for myself or for making stuff for the kiddo or to print tools for my leatherworking. When you have a specific shape that you want to put into your leather, that's a great tool to have. If you want to do perfect circle, you can print stuff like that, or weird shapes. So that's a great machine, and I really like it. I told you not to look at the wallpaper. That's your fault. I told you. Now you're gonna have nightmares. Behind my desk, I have most of my products and leather. 2 small shelves with all my hides and pelts and tan leather and chrome leather and everything. Obviously it would be nice to have a big shelves to lay them flat, but I don't have the space, so I have to roll them up. Most of the time I keep them in paper, so there is no sunlight and they don't turn, the color is not affected. But yeah, it's a small space, so I work with what I have. So 2 shelves, a lot of stuff. There is more on the floor that I just bought, and I still have to put them somewhere. I don't know where yet. I'll find a place. Here I have some IKEA shelves, which are great because they are very cheap and they are just the size to put all my dies and products for my leather work. So that's great. I have 4 of them. The last one is hidden under these IKEA boxes because that's also where I put some of my tools and hardware and stuff like that, like rivets or buckles. I need to get more organized about that, but yeah. In this box, just before my dies and product, is the box where I keep all my brushes. So my new ones, my used ones, all my pencils and all my black markers, and some of my sharpest tools. So a pair of scissors, utility knife, a big one, scalpel, X-Acto knife, and scalpel, which is here. So that's the medical stuff, and you have to be very careful with it because it will cut. So yeah, I I don't want the kid in the room because of that. But it doesn't know it's here, so it's kind of hidden under all my tapes and tape and tape and tape, because you need tape when you are doing leatherworking. You also need sponges. Obviously this one is dirty, so I have to throw it away, but you will need sponges to wet your leather to be able to emboss it or carve it. Next to it, I have another shelf with more product inside, so dyes, glue, oil for my leatherwork, more small boxes with rivets and buckles and stuff like that. And over there, I have all my paint and my airbrush to do some specific work on my leather or on models or stuff like that. Here I have a special tool, but I will tell you about it in the next video. Not the next one, but in a next video. Soon, I promise. In here I have some dead rabbits. In here I have some feathers, some leftover from the Native American headdress that I did a few years ago that I will reuse for another project. Here I have most of my cutting tools kind of hidden behind the computer, so the kid doesn't come here and touch anything. In this small case I have some other tools, so it's a mess, but yeah, I have my carving tools, some laces, some cutting tools, some punching tools. That's basically the kit that I'm taking when I'm giving a leatherworking class outside of the house, which I did not long ago, and I just didn't take the time to empty everything and clean it up and all that stuff. So yeah, that's when I'm traveling and I want to take a few tools with me. That's the one I'm taking. In this corner of the room, I have my second 3D printer. It's a Sunlu S8. I don't really use it that much. It's a little bit bigger than the Ender 3 Pro that I have over there, but I've never been super happy with the quality of it. So for now it's just here, and I use it only when I have big pieces to print or a big project and both printers are running at the same time. Yeah, I know, but I told you not to look at it. And then we have this corner. That's the last space that I set up in the leatherworking room. It's meant to be used as the carving area. This is also where I put my new tools. I just bought this manual press to put my rivets and hardware, and also this one, which is an embossing machine and a gold embossing machine. I've not tried it yet because I just received it like 2 days ago, but I'm super happy with it already because it was cheap, and yeah, I'm sure it's gonna work well. I'm sure. I really like this part of the room. The only problem is that I don't have enough light when I'm carving leather, and the other problem is that I'm sitting on the floor. So I will have to fix that by buying some kind of cushion or something to support my back, and also put 2 more lights just above the table. Which segues beautifully into the next thing. My chair. Yes, it's black and red. Obviously. Yes, it's a gaming chair. But why? You can buy desk chair for cheap, and they are not that great. But this one is a gaming chair, and it gives me massages. I can plug it into my computer and it massages my back when I'm editing a video. This is my chair. There is a lot of chairs like this one, but this one is mine. Last but not least, my computer. So I was a Mac guy until 3 years ago, and then I needed a new computer. So I looked at the prices and I was like, no, it's not happening. So I switched to PC, and I don't regret it because it's way cheaper. You can change everything that's in the computer as you need or want, and it's fast and yeah, and it's cheap. Did I say it was cheap? Yeah, it's cheap. Cheaper, anyway, than a Mac. I like both, to be honest, but yeah, my bunker prefers PCs. But why two screens, you're gonna ask? Well, when you're editing a video, having two screens is great. You have the main frame with your footage, and on the other screen you can put every option to edit your video, effects, light, and all that stuff. And if you don't need that, you can put a movie or some music, and yeah, that's just great. So yeah, two screens. Next to my computer, I have also something to write, so pen and notepad, my tablet, all my USB keys and honey candies, because you always need honey candy when you're editing a video. So basically I am all set to edit my videos and also make my own pattern on Illustrator and everything that I need to do on my computer. I don't use it for anything else than for work. When I want to play, I still have my PS4. So yeah, this one is for work only. Back where we started, I hope you enjoyed this tour. I tried to make it not boring and not too long. As you've seen, this room is not big, but it's big enough for me to be working in it. I would love a bigger space to be very comfortable to work with everything that I have, and probably have more tools. But this space is great. The only two things that I would change is the ceiling, because I can only stand in half of the space, which is fine because the other half is used for storage for my leather, my belts, my hides, and my tools. So I don't really need to stand there. And the other thing is that it's really hot. It's right under the roof, and now it's summer, it's super hot outside, so it's super hot inside. Plus, when I'm doing my computer work, the computer generates heat. So yeah, I should consider installing AC in here, or find a cooler and bigger place. So yeah, you have to work with what you have, and for now, that's the space that I have. So I'm pretty pleased with it. A bigger space would be great, but I like it in here. It's my space, it's my workshop. This is where I do my project. This is where I shoot my videos for you guys. And yeah, I just wanted to show you around and share it with you. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you're still here and that it was not too boring and too long. I will keep working on the other project that I told you at the beginning of the video, and you will see it soon. In the meanwhile, be good, be safe, keep making, always, and see you in the next one. Bye everyone.